Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jaya Vallabha Giridhari Jaya Gopi Jaya Vallabha Giridhari Jaya Gopi Jaya Vallabha Giridhari Jaya Gopi Jaya Yashodanandana Yamuna Tira Yamuna Tira Yamuna Tira Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Radha Jaya Gopi Jana Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Divine grace, divine grace, सिद्धांत सरस्वती महाराज श्री प्रभुपाद की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव की प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद की श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोपिनाथ श्याम राधा की वृंदावन धाम की मायापुरी धाम की विशुद्ध क्षेत्र जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की गंगा माई की यमुना माई की भक्ति देवी की पूरे भक्तवृंद की Thy glory Premanande, always with the sun devotees, Hare Krishna, always with the sun devotees, Hare Krishna, always with the sun devotees, Hare Krishna, always to Shri Guru always to Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. 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 नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयामुदीरये नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमा श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। So yesterday evening, I was hearing Srimad Bhagavatam class by His Grace Ram Guru Prabhu. It was an evening class, the congregation, and somehow I'm not able to forget whatever he said. It was so amazing. He said that he was speaking from the second canto, chapter number 8, verse number, I think so, it was verse number 3 or 4. So it was amazing. And somehow it so happens that wherever I have to give a session on Sunday afternoon, and I have absolutely not prepared or done any kind of notes or nothing of that sort, the Saturday evening class always becomes a good becomes a very good platform to discuss further on a Sunday afternoon. And he was speaking. Uh, he was speaking second canto, chapter number 8, questions by King Parikshit, and he was speaking. Yes. Yeah, he was speaking from verse number 4. Second canto, chapter number 8, verse number 4, questions by King Parikshit. And it's a very famous verse you can recite. How many of you are carrying a Bhagavatam hard copy? What are you carrying? Carry Bhagavatam, please. Carry Krishna with you. Or at least open your phone. I'm saying second canto, verse number, chapter number 8. Everybody's looking at my face. Prabhuji will show the verse on the screen, and हम recite कर लेंगे. Open आपका वेदावेस खोलिए, उसमें second canto खोलिए, chapter number 8 खोलिए, verse number 4 खोलिए. Please open. Has everybody open? Everybody who doesn't have a Veda base, except for this gentleman who's coming for the first time. He also has. He's smart enough. Who doesn't have a Veda base app in their phone? Where? What are you laughing for? Huh? Okay. Are we there on the verse? शृण्वता श्रद्धया नित्याम् शृण्वता श्रद्धया नित्याम् गृणातश्च स्वचेति चेष्टिताम् गृणातश्च स्वचेष्टिताम् कालेन नाति दीर्घ्नेन कालेन नातिर्घ्नेन भगवान् विशतेरिति भगवान् विशतेरिति Can somebody recite? No, the verse. Srimad Shraddhaya Nityam Vinatashya Swadesitam Kalena Natirghena Bhagavan Vishateridi Srimad Shraddhaya Nityam Vinatashya Swadesitam Kalena Natirghena Bhagavan Vishateridi. Okay. Come to the verse, previous verse, verse number 3. कथायस्य महाभाग यथाहम् अखिलात्मनि कृष्णे निवश्ये निहा संगम कृष्णे निवश्या निहा संगम मानस्त्यक्षे कलेवरम्. Can we read the translation? Can somebody read the translation? Just the translation. Hmm. Let's read the purport. Okay, slow down. The hearing of Srimad Bhagavatam performed by professional men is different from the transcendental hearing of Maharaj Parikshit. Maharaj Parikshit was a soul realized in the absolute truth, Sri Krishna, the personality of God. The fruitive materialist is not a realized soul. He wants to derive some material benefit from his so-called hearing of Srimad Bhagavatam. Undoubtedly, such an audience hearing Srimad Bhagavatam from professional men can derive some material benefit as they desire. But that does not mean that pretense, such a pretense of hearing Srimad Bhagavatam for a week is as good as hearing of महाराज परीक्षित. हम करते हैं ना, बहुत पॉपुलर है भागवत सप्ताह, क्योंकि परीक्षित महाराज ने 7 दिन के लिए सुना था, तो हम भी 7 दिन के लिए सुनेंगे, कि हम सोचते हैं कि हम भी परीक्षित महाराज है. और परीक्षित महाराज ने खाना पीना छोड़ दिया था. ओके, हम भागवत सप्ताह में बैठते तो ये सोचते हैं कब हमारा प्रसाद टाइमिंग होगा. यू नो, मेनी ऑफ अस आल्सो थिंक Okay, when will 1 o'clock or 12:45 happen? So the cars will conclude and finally the main agenda will come up. That is to take prasad. Understand? That's what happens. That's why you see maximum crowd during prasadam time. Even of those people who did not attend in any program, people just come. You know? Let's read ahead. Actually, this had exact relationship to the second verse that we're going to be speaking today. This exact relation. I didn't plan for it. I just attended the session yesterday. Till morning, I could not have till then. Yesterday's Ekadashi morning. I got up, started reading something. Bhagavatam is a voluminous subject. It's like an ocean. Where to read, what to read, and what to speak on. So, but whatever Prabhuji said yesterday, I'll just say some things from that. It is a duty of the sane to hear Srimad Bhagavatam. It is a duty of sane बोलेगा तो not okay and insane बोलेगा तो any simpler word of insane. So we all agree that we are not insane people, right? एक गाना था ना कोई तो सॉन्ग है इंग्लिश में insane ऐसा कुछ है ना कुछ right? Is it a trance? No, कुछ तो था ना. It's a Punjabi singer song. So it is a duty of the same to hear Srimad Bhagavatam from a self-realized soul and not be duped by professional men. Professional men are like those professional reciters who are called and they charge a handsome fee to speak Srimad Bhagavatam. You know that or not? Yes. One should continue such hearing till the end of one's life so that one actually have the transcendental association of the Lord and thus be liberated simply by hearing. Just by hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, one can get liberation. Just by hearing till the end of its life. Not on every Sunday only. That's why Prabhupada made a program in the temple across the world where you have to put the ego down. That's why Prabhupada made a schedule in the temple across the world that every day 8 o'clock in the morning there's a Bhagavatam session which can be attended by everyone. It's open for everyone. If you come in the morning to the temple and attend Bhagavatam, then you can just perpetually keep hearing every day one verse. That can happen if you stay in the base. Right? Hari Om. Or you go to a traveling Sankirtan party. Two ways it can happen. If you stay in your own bhajan kutir in Kandivali or Borivali or Dharavir or Bandra, Goregaon, then kutir is there but bhajan will not happen. Understand? Thinking I will do it by myself. No. Maharaj Parikshit had already given up all his connections with his kingdom and family, the most attractive feature of the materialism. What is the most attractive feature? Wealth and woman. Family and kingdom. Wealth, opulence. Chhod diya. The most attractive feature of materialism. But still he was conscious of his material body. He wanted to be free of such bondage also by constant association of the. Let's see the next words. Can somebody read the translation?
Persons who hear Srimad Bhagavatam regularly and are always taking the matter very seriously will have the personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, manifested in their hearts within a short time.
सुना? क्या सुना? इसको बंद नहीं कर सकता because this is not a presentation. So क्या सुना? बस पढ़ो मत. What did you hear? Repeat.
People who listen to the Srimad Bhagavatam will
regularly have a face-to-face meeting with the Lord. If you regularly and seriously, it's mentioned persons who hear Srimad Bhagavatam regularly and are always taking the matter very seriously, okay, will have the personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, manifested in their hearts within a short time. So yesterday, Namra Prabhu was mentioning that Jadurani Mataji was Prabhupada's disciple. She was actually, you see the Isha Upanishad? Isha Upanishad देखा है? उसका cover page देखा है आपने? Blue. cover पे क्या है? Which type of Vishnu? Which Vishnu is there? हाँ? Which Vishnu is there? Shirodakshaya Vishnu? गर्भदक्षा विष्णु तो नहीं है, राइट? कानोदक्षा विष्णु भी नहीं है. So, is the Lord in the heart, Paramatma. Which is the Lord in the heart? हाँ? अरे परमात्मा, मुझे पता है परमात्मा, but which type of Vishnu? All the three Vishnus don't sit in the heart. Huh? Yeah. So Jadrani Mataji once asked Prabhupada, how does Shirodakshaya Vishnu in the heart is he sleeping, sitting, or standing? Prabhupada said, it will take 1,000 lifetimes to know that. She became very sad. She went, and Prabhupada called her. Like, the Vishnu in the heart is standing. So then she painted that. The photo is of the Lord in the heart. You know. So Ramana Prabhu was mentioning that our Gaudiya Sampradayas in the line of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu are very, very fortunate, because once we start chanting the holy name of the Lord, the two-handed Krishna with the flute enters the heart and pushes away the Shivodakshaya Vishnu, and then the two-handed Krishna is there in the heart. But provided we are serious, and we are actually able to chant nicely, hear nicely, then that makes a difference. It was very nice, something I've never heard. The two-handed Krishna enters your heart and he, kicks out the Shivodakshaya Vishnu, and then he stays. The original Krishna stays within the heart. That happens only when we chant nicely. Seriously, in the morning we chant nicely. In the Brahma Muhurta, we get up in the morning and chant. We chant attentively. We chant offenselessly. We don't make an offense while chanting. We don't chant for the sake of chanting. And we hear Srimad Bhagavatam very, very sincerely and seriously. Take the subject matter very seriously. Let's read the purport. It's a very nice purport. I'll read the purport. Cheap devotees or materialistic devotees of the Lord are very much desirous to see the Lord personally without meeting requisite qualifications. We see na, we say na, can you show me God? भगवान दिखा सकते हो क्या? इतने बड़े स्वामी जी हो, इतने बड़े गुरु जी हो, can you show me God? See, there's a very major difference in the language of Prabhupada in Bhagavad Gita and the language of Prabhupada that he mentions in the Bhagavatam. Okay, even if those who are staying in the base and they regularly hear Bhagavatam class and Bhagavad Gita class, if you see there's a difference, you realize the difference? Bhagavatam Prabhupada is very, very direct, very, very heavy. Okay, because he is speaking to his community in the morning. It's very heavy. Whereas Bhagavad Gita was to an audience which is one and all. Okay, स्कूल में बच्चों को इजीली पढ़ाया जाता है. एग्जाम स्टैंडर्ड्स आर लिटिल सिंपलर. ज़्यादा टीचर ग्रेस मार्क भी दे देती है ना स्कूल में कभी कभी. बट कॉलेज में क्या लगता है? कभी बार ड्रॉप होना पड़ता है, फेल भी हो जाते हैं. So this is not something you and me are meeting now. Don't take me as the same speaker and don't take yourself as the same student. I'll just walk in one fine afternoon with my smart casuals, with whatever smart accessories I have, phone or a watch, with an empty bag, here for some time, have a nice prashad, go back home. No, come with a serious mood to study and learn Bhagavatam. Otherwise, I would suggest don't come. It's fine. We can have one person. I had started off with giving this session of Bhagavad Gita to even only one person. I used to give it in BYC office. Sitaram Prabhu office के अंदर देता था मैं class. एक person, दो person, 1, 2 students used to come. And there used to be a parallel batch of Chaitanya Prabhu going on over here. So one is also fine with me. Because this I'm speaking it for myself. Because अभी मैं सुबह 5:30 6 o'clock से reading कर रहा हूँ non-stop till 10 11 o'clock. What I want to speak today. Just been reading different material. In different, heard 2-3 lectures, read, सो मेरा तो हो गया आज का 1.1.112 हो गया मेरा रीडिंग. धर्म प्रोजितः कैतव्य क्लियर हो गया मेरे दिमाग में. But this, so as I'm saying, this is just, it's going to be benefiting me. But if you want to get benefited, come with a mood to learn and actually apply. Don't fool around. Don't fool around. Don't come just to hang around. And this will not go on perpetually. मैं 18 कैंटो नहीं करने वाला हूँ, मतलब मैं 12 कैंटो नहीं करने वाला हूँ. I'll cover for some time, some sections, and then we'll move on. It's not going to become a Sunday Sangha. आप आए मिले थोड़ी बहुत एकदम यार बन गए, दोस्त बन के, शादी भी हो गई, बच्चे भी हो गए, बच्चे भी आ रहे, कष्टी लड़ा लिए और मोती वाला आंखें से फिर बाद में भागवत पढ़ने चले. ऐसा नहीं है. समझे या नहीं समझे? सो वैसा नहीं है. ठीक है. इट्स अ वेरी सीरियस सब्जेक्ट मैटर एंड आई एम नॉट सेइंग दिस. श्रीमद् भागवतम is speaking over here. I'm not saying it. You're going to hear in the second verse of the Bhagavatam right now. Mahamuni Krite. Who has spoken this? Who is that Mahamuni? Not our Girish Mahamuni. Arena. Who has written the Bhagavatam? Vyasadev. It is not compiled by you and me. It has been compiled by the Lord Himself, literally incarnation of the Lord. He's compiling it. That is why there is no imperfection. It's perfect. So these words are very, very serious. They are not like random words. Okay, we have to be very serious. Cheap devotees or materialistic devotees. भले हम cheap ना हो पर हम materialistic जरूर है. At least मुझे तो मेरे बारे में बोल सकता हूँ. हाँ, हम लोग के पास सबके साथ बड़ा बड़ा लिस्ट है. सुख संपत्ति घर आवे, iPhone 16 भी घर आवे, MacBook भी घर आवे, things like that. अलग अलग चीज़ें हमारे पास एक लंबा लिस्ट होता है सब चीज़ों का. किसी को बाइक चाहिए, किसी को मैकबुक चाहिए, किसी को iPhone 16 चाहिए, किसी को घड़ी चाहिए, जो भी है. किसी को गर्लफ्रेंड चाहिए. People ask. हाँ, जॉब चाहिए. So materialistic devotees of the Lord are very much desirous to see the Lord personally without meeting the requisite qualification. Such third grade devotees should know well that material attachment and seeing the Lord face to face cannot go together. So remember this, as long as we have a materialist, we can never get face to face darshan of the Lord. It is not such a mechanical process that the professional Bhagavatam reciters can do the job on behalf of the third grade materialistic pseudo devotees. The professional men are useless in this connection because they are neither self-realized nor interested in the liberation of the. They are just interested. They will come only once you pay them. There are professional reciters, ना? पता है नहीं? You pay them advance, then only they'll come. Many है, मैं नाम नहीं लूँगा. But there are many, you know it in the market. They just come because. So anywhere, if somebody is, Prabhuji was mentioning yesterday, if you sit down to attend Bhagavatam, hear somebody else saying Bhagavatam, and somebody's invited you, बहुत अच्छा भागवत कथाकार है सर, आइए सुनिए. उससे पहले पूछो कितना ले रहा है वो, कितना चार्ज कर रहा है. If he's charging money, never listen to him. Never. The absolute Bhagavatam speakers, they never take a single penny. Never. So don't listen to him. Prabhuji was saying, don't listen to him. Even if he is carrying such a tilak. Understand? Don't listen to him. It's very important. The professional men are useless in this connection because they are neither self-realized nor interested in liberation of the audience. They are simply interested in maintaining the material establishment of family attachment and earning some material benefits out of the profession. Maharaj Parikshit had no more than 7 days to live, but for others, Maharaj Parikshit personally recommends that one hear Srimad Bhagavatam Nityam Bhagata Sevadaya. Always be one's own effort, always by one's own effort and with serious devotion also. That will help one to see the Lord, to see Lord Shri Krishna manifest in one's heart within no time. The pseudo devotee, however, is very anxious to see the Lord according to his whims, not making any serious effort to hear Srimad Bhagavatam regularly and without detachment from material benefit. That is not the way recommended by an authority like Maharaj Parikshit, who heard and benefited by hearing Srimad Bhagavatam. It's very important. So there are 4 classes in the of hierarchy in the society. What are those 4 classes? Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. What is the 5th one? Chandala is, Hame, Yavana is, Vaishya is, वैसे करके. You know which is the 10th category mentioned in the scripture? कल प्रभु जी बता रहे थे. मुझे बहुत हंसी आया. Which is the 10th category? You know which is the 10th category? Anybody? बोलो. हाँ? No, no, no. 10th category is the film stars, actors. 10th category. There's the 11th category also. Which is that 11th category? The lowest of the low is those who professionally recite Srimad Bhagavatam and they charge money for it. The lowest of the low. I'm just re-quoting. This is recorded lecture. Prabhuji's lecture is also recorded. और जाके Saturday evening lecture भी सुन सकते हो. Amazing, huh? That's why he said that never one should hear somebody who's a professional reciter. So now, in this context, when you see, so these are the glories of Srimad Bhagavatam. We should not really take it casually and we should be serious. So let's come to the second verse of Srimad Bhagavatam. It's a beautiful verse. It's a beautiful verse. And it takes away. So we'll recite this verse. Please recite with me. Dharma projita kaitavo atra Paramo nirmat smaran satam saranam satam Paramo nirmat saranam satam Vedyam vastavam atra vastu Shivadam tapatrayon mulanam Srimad Bhagavate Mahamuni Krite Kim va prarairishvara Sadyoridi avarudyate Atra kriti vishushubhishtat kshanad. I'll recite the last line again. Sadyoridi avarudyate atra kirtibhi Arudyate atra kirtibhi Shushrubhistat Shushrushuਭishtat shanad Dharma projita kaitavyatra Dharma projito kaitavo atra Paramo nirmat परमो निर्मात्सरणां सताम् परमो निर्मात्सरणां सताम् वेद्यां वास्तवम् अत्र वस्तु शिवादां तपतयोन्मूलानां त्रयोन्मूलानां श्रीमद्भागवते महामुनिकृते किं वा परैरीश्वरा किं वा परैरीश्वरा साध्यो हृदि अवरुध्यतेऽत्र कृतिभिः शुश्रूषुभिस्तत्क्षणात् Translation. Completely rejecting all religious activities which are materially motivated. This Bhagavad Purana propounds the highest truth, which is understandable by those devotees who are fully pure in the heart. The highest truth is reality, distinguished from illusion for the welfare of all. Such truth uproots the threefold miseries. This beautiful Bhagavatam, compiled by the great sage Vyasadeva in his maturity, is sufficient in itself for God realization. What is the need for any other scripture? As soon as one attentively and submissively hears the message of Bhagavatam, by this culture of knowledge, the Supreme Lord is established within his heart. It's a very beautiful verse, and the first line itself is a very impactful line. It speaks about dharma projito kaitavya. Dharma. What does the word dharma mean? हाथ उठाएंगे तो अच्छा रहेगा. Yes. Duty and what is the duty? Hmm. Okay. That I give example in terms of nature. Nature. So, what is the dharma? Dharma means, what is dharma? What definition do I give in SOS? Dharma means what? What you're saying is the nature of the sugar candy to be sweet, sea water to be salty, fire to be creating heat. Right? That's the nature. So, what is the nature of the spirit soul? So love and serve. Yes. That's the nature. Okay, that's the nature of the spirit soul to do that. But so in general, we see that in the outside world, dharma is referred to as a faith. मेरा faith किसमें है? ठीक है? The English dictionary mentions that okay, what is one's faith, but that may keep changing. Today I have faith in something. Tomorrow I may have faith in another thing. It is not necessary that remains the same. Sometimes some faith is accepted by one person, another faith is rejected by another person. So in Sanskrit language, in the Vedic literature, dharma means actually the codes of law which are given by the Supreme Lord, which are given by the Shastra, the code of law, the code of conduct. So uh, there are so many faiths, okay, but it doesn't matter. Uh, it has no relation to the code of rules and regulations that are given by the Supreme Lord. It doesn't have in relation to that. Like, for example, in the street, we see there's a signboard, keep to the left, or there's a signboard, keep to the right. Okay, you may say, I don't believe in it. हाँ This SOS somebody asked me, sir, आप जो बता रहे हो ये सब जो भगवान के rules and regulations है, but what if I don't believe in it? I said, be it, but that doesn't change the rule. That doesn't change the rule. You may walk in a foreign country, not on the zebra crossing, but You may cross the road in middle. You may say, I don't believe in your rules. Then go to behind the bars. You're fined, you're punished.
Yeah.
Okay. You not believing doesn't change the law. So dharma is, the law is something which is not a faith, but it is imposed. It is imposed. It is compulsory. Compulsory, है ना? Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadhi. Compulsory or optional?
Compulsory.
Somebody says, I don't believe in death. But you have to die. You have to accept death. You don't believe, उससे क्या है? You have to die. You know? So it cannot be changed. Something that cannot be changed. So therefore, dharma does not mean faith. Faith can change. That there are so many different faiths in the world, like or we term it as real, or we term it as religion. Okay, there is a Hindu faith, there is a Christian faith, there is a Mohammedan faith, different kinds of faith. But these faiths can change. Somebody today who is a Christian can become a Mohammedan. Somebody who's a Muslim can become a Hindu. Okay? The faiths can change, but the by default, the dharma, the compulsory aspect, which is meant for all three of them, doesn't change. It remains the same. Okay. So the English dictionary mentions that a kind of faith, that it mentions dharma means a kind of faith, which is not a proper meaning actually. It's not a proper meaning. Dharma means that you're obliged to obey the rules and regulations that are given by God. You're obliged. मतलब आपको करना ही है. But there is no other option. Like I mentioned, Janma Mrityu Jara Vedi. Gita mentions that तथा देहांतर प्राप्तिर धीरज तत्र न नियति. So if a child is born, the child has to pick up from child he moves to boy. From boy he moves to youth. From youth he moves to adult. Once he takes up adulthood, then what happens? He has to grow old. He has to accept old age. अभी मैं कल बोलूँगा कि नहीं मुझे 60 साल का नहीं बनना है, मुझे old age नहीं. I don't want to become old. Slowly I don't want to decrease my speed, but the speed will decrease. You know. So one has to accept old age. That doesn't happen. कौन सा दो बैटरी था? Four imperfections. Tendency to make mistake. The other battery is also charged. हरे कृष्ण. हाँ, वो चले जाएगा 2 मिनट में. So yeah, so I was saying tata dehandra prapti dhira tatra na muyati. So as we move from boyhood to youth to old age and then death, one has to accept that is the law of God. One cannot say that I don't accept this. कितना है उसमें? वो दे दो full वाला. Check this one. Get a new battery, Baba. We are not so poor in life. Thank you. So that is a law of nature. That or the law of God, you can say that we have to accept that. Nature in general is dull. Can nature create? Nature is matter. It cannot create unless until the Lord inputs life. Which verse from the Bhagavad Gita? Yes, my dear Deepu. Maya Dakshina Prakriti Suyate Sa Characharam. Hetu Nanena Kaunteya. I am the cause. I am the cause. He says, Under my superintendence, the nature is functioning, not under the superintendence of America or India or China. Under the Lord's superintendence, this entire nature is functioning. Otherwise, nature is dull. Nature cannot work. Foolish people say nature is working. सब कुछ ऑटोमेटिकली हो रहा है सर, सब कुछ चल रहा है. सन भी ऑटोमेटिकली आता है, मून भी ऑटोमेटिकली आता है. ऐसा ऑटोमेटिकली कुछ नहीं होता है. Doesn't happen. It happens to the energy of the Lord. Doesn't happen without the energy of the Lord. Like so, when we say that I have no faith in the orders of the material nature, I can avoid it. That is not possible. That is not possible. Like we gave an example of the child being born, getting boyhood, youth, uh, adulthood, then old age, and then death. One says, I will not go through these things. No, one will have to go through these things. It is imposed, it is forced. So that is by default. Okay, that sometimes people say, that as sure as death. सुना है? As sure as death. What does that mean? Like, हाँ, होने ही वाला है वो. मतलब it is so पक्का, so sure that वो होने ही वाला है. If you may think, I may think, I don't care about death. मुझे मरने से कोई लेना देना. I don't talk about that. मैं मरने के बारे में सोचता नहीं हूँ. उससे कुछ होने. That is foolishness, because death is going to come. Death is going to come. You cannot do that. Therefore, the conclusion is that you cannot manufacture any religion. You cannot manufacture any religion. These are these man-made religions, like that I mentioned. There are many religions. These are all man-made religions. Hindu religion, Christian religion, Islam religion, Mohammedan religion. These are all man-made religions. Yes, these are all man-made religions, because these religions are focused on getting some dharma, artha, kama, and moksha. These are man-made religions. Isn't that is what Vedas are saying? It's not what we want. That is what scriptures mention: dharma, artha, kama, moksha, and that is what Srimad Bhagavatam is rejecting. That is why Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, end of the Gita, तुमने बहुत सारे religion बनाए. What now you do what? सर्व धर्मान परित्यज्य माम एकम शरणं व्रज. अहम त्वं सर्व पापेभ्यो मोक्षयिष्यामि. So surrender to me. That is the real religion, and that is the religion that Bhagavatam starts with. Dharma projita kaitavya. Kaitavya means he's rejecting. The Bhagavatam is rejecting such kind of religion. Dharma, artha, kama, moksha is rejecting. Okay, understood? Dharma, artha, kama, moksha. The Bhagavatam is rejecting. Bhagavatam is saying, nahin, wo sahi nahi. First, I will, first of all, I'll become religious. Then I'll solve my economic problem. Then I will, once after I solve my economic problem, I will enjoy my senses, and then I will become one with God. Dharma, become religious. Artha, solve my economic problem. Kama, with that economic problem that I've solved, I'll try to satisfy my senses. And moksha, try to become one with God. This is what is being rejected over here in this verse by Bhagavatam. Rejected. Dharma, artha, kama, moksha. So if we are also following that dharma, artha, kama, moksha, that is a cheating religion, mentions. Cheating religion, because that is not going to give you uh, that is not going to help us achieve the supreme goal, which is surrender to the Lord. It's not going to make us achieve the supreme goal. So it's very important that we don't get into these man-made religions. Religion means order or the laws that are given by the supreme Lord. That is religion. So if you are in any other faith also, if you follow what order and rules and regulations that are given in that scripture as well, you're still following the religion. Okay, that's very, very important. Kaitavya, I was mentioning, na? Dharma prochita kaitavya. Atra, it's mentioned kaitavya. What is the word to word meaning of the word kaitavya? It mentions covered by fruitive intention. Okay, that is the cheating propensity. Okay, that is a cheating propensity. God is there, I am there, God is great, I am subordinate. That is the real understanding. Okay, that is the real type of religion. I must abide by the rules and regulations of the God. Yesterday, one more thing Ram Prabhu mentioned. He's like, if you know these three things, you know the entire philosophy. You know everything that you have to know. What are these three? What are the three things? First is no. Krishna is the supreme personality of. बोलिए. Second is I am the servant of Lord. Okay, I'm the servant of the Lord and I should serve him. This is the second thing. What is the second thing?
I am the servant of the Lord and I should serve him.
Third is by chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, I can serve the Supreme Lord.
By chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, I can serve the Supreme Lord.
ये तीन चीजें अगर मैं पता है, we know everything. Isn't that fantastic? What is it? All three. Second one क्या है? Yeah, very simple. So at present, we are under the spell of this material condition and we have forgotten our real religion. That is why there's an attempt in this movement, in this con movement, to revive this Krishna consciousness or God consciousness, which is actually abiding the rules and regulations of the Supreme Lord. Actually abiding the rules and regulations of the Supreme Lord. And as I mentioned, that is why Krishna says that you have made many kinds of religions. आपने बहुत अलग अलग तरीके की religion बनाया है. At the end of the Gita, he says, Sarvadharman Parityajya. Mamekam Sharanam Vacha. He says. So he's like, you have manufactured many religious activities. So you give up all of them and just surrender to me. That is the conclusion. Real religion means surrender to God. Yes. That's the real religion. Today's session is going to give you the entire conclusion of what you're supposed to do. Srimad Bhagavatam, first three verses only. Nathan was also mentioning, no? First three verses itself will tell you what we are supposed to do in life. And also, in one of the places in Srimad Bhagavatam, it mentions it. Savai Pumsho Paro Dharma. Anyone knows that verse? Famous verse. Savai Pumsho Paro Dharma Yato Bhaktira Dukshaje Ahetuki Apratihata Yetatma Samprasiddhati. याद आया कुछ? नहीं कभी सुनिया नहीं, कभी नहीं सुना. इतनी बार, such a common verse. Savai Pamsho Paro Dharma. What is the topmost dharma? First class religion. First class religion क्या है? Yato Bhaktir Adokshje. You have to perform the religion that teaches you to surrender to God is the topmost dharma. Paro Dharma is the topmost dharma. कैसे करना है? Ahetuki. Ahetuki means unmotivated. Apratihata. Apratihata means without failing. Okay, without any kind of checking, without failing. Apratihata. Yeta yenatma sampradishtati. If you come to that platform of religion, then you become fully samprasiddhati. Fully satisfied. Fully satisfied. That is the real religion. So these four principles of the human society that I mentioned right now to him, that dharma, artha, kama, moksha. These are being followed basis the Vedic principles. That is why Srimad, after writing all the Vedas also, Vyasadeva was not satisfied. He was not satisfied because he had not glorified directly the topmost parodharma, which is surrender to the Lord. He didn't mention that. Okay, this mentions dharma, artha, kama, moksha is mentioned in the Shastra. So, like in Christians, they have this prayer to go to the church and ask for daily, oh God, please give us our daily bread. So this bread supplying business, Prabhupada says, this bread supplying business, Like God simply supplies bread and we simply eat. Prabhupada also says at one place that we are not the bread supplying religion, we are the bread giving religion. Bread taking religion. Bread supplying religion, bread taking religion. हम कृष्ण से ब्रेड मांगते नहीं हैं, हम प्रसाद लेते हैं. That's how it is. So yeah. So similarly, even in our Hindu system, if you see many places, we have this bhajans which are all materially motivated. Sukha sampati garave, jai jagadish hare. These are all materially motivated songs. ये शास्त्रिक song नहीं है. संकट मिटे करता और क्या है आगे क्या है मैं भूल गया. हाँ. So these are all materialistic songs with materialistic desires to ask materialistic things. Dharma, artha, kama, moksha. So I'll take questions later. So God, give me some money. I'm suffering. I'm poor. God gives some money. I'm suffering. I have some disease. Please cure it. So everywhere you will find some motive in such kind of a religion, and that kind of a religion is actually a cheating religion. It's actually a false religion. So religion does not mean to solve economic problem. मेरा आर्थिक प्रॉब्लम है, मेरा इकोनॉमिक प्रॉब्लम है, let me go to God and solve that problem. Religion doesn't mean to solve economic problem. Ask for bread, ask for sukha sampati, ask for good job, ask for materialistic things. That is not what religion means. That is not what devotion means. That is not what devotion means. Okay. That is why at present many people are becoming godless. Why? Because people are now advanced in education and knowledge. So with their money, they can go and buy bread, right? With their money, they can go and buy bread. Lot of bread they can buy. And think, why do I need God? Because God was supplying. Now with my money, I can buy bread. There is no need to go to. You know how communism spreads? Communism in China, how communism also spreads. Right? So this innocent people, so this godlessness is taken advantage by the communists. The innocent people, they go to the church and pray to the Lord, my dear Lord, please give me our daily bread. China was suffering from sometime, quite some time ago, famine was going on, suffering from literally hunger. And when these people would come out of church, the communists would stand. Did your God give you bread? No. Now you ask me for bread. They would ask them, can you give me bread? And then the truck of bread would come. And they would supply them a lot of bread. Now who is giving you bread? You are giving me the bread. Then why do you need God? There is no God. You understand? This is what Prabhupada is saying. God supplying religion. Bread supplying religion. Bread supplying business. It is not just that. It's not just in Christianity. It's also in us. We saw it, no, right now. हम डेली गाते थे भक्ति जी के सामने सुख संपत्ति घर आवे जय जगदीश दुख मिटे कर था डेली so this we don't have to do. But these innocent people, they don't know that the supplier of this bread is not the communist. You understand? This bread is not supplied by the father of the communist. He doesn't have the stock. Ultimate supplier of the bread, the grains, the ingredients, the wheat, the flour, from which it is made is supplied by yes, by God. So the conclusion is that if we approach God with some material benefit, we'll always be cheated at some time. What is the conclusion? If we approach God with some material benefit, then today or tomorrow you'll be cheated with that food only. That is how conversions happen, no? आपका भगवान आपको कहाँ देता है? कहाँ देता है? कुछ नहीं देता है. देखो भगवान डूब गया, हमारा क्रॉस तैर गया. We'll supply you. We are supplying you job, we are supplying you food, water, everything. Because we were worshipping God always with some material desire. We had a big list. वो मटेरियल डिजायर कभी कम हुआ ही नहीं हमारा, बढ़ते ही गया. मेरा अभी 40,000 का जॉब लगा है, उसके बाद वो जॉब 60,000 का होना चाहिए, उसके बाद वो जॉब 1 लाख का होना चाहिए, बस. दैट इज ओनली डिजायर. वी कीप गोइंग अहेड. So therefore it is said dharma projita atra kahitava. This kind of a motivated religious system is completely thrown away from Srimad Bhagavatam. Completely thrown away. This materially motivated religion kind of a thing is completely thrown away. So God is supplying food to so many living entities. Why will He not supply to? How many lakh species are there? उसमें से ह्यूमन कितने हैं? चतुर्लक्षानी मानुष. बाकी कितने बचे? उसको कौन खिलाता है? रशिया, चाइना, अमेरिका, कौन खिलाता है? So many beasts, so many fishes, so many. Africa has so many elephants. They eat tons of food daily. Who supplies? God supplies. You know, even the one who doesn't believe in God, he also gets food daily. Who supplies? And I believe in God. Still, I'm worried about my dharma, artha, kama, and moksha. You know, we are so much worried about that. So, like we go sometimes outside on a morning walk, and we see sometimes that some fruits are thrown down with a broken, and so birds have or insects have eaten that fruit. They are also being fed by the Lord. मोदी गवर्नमेंट तो नहीं बेचता ना अंधेरी के सारे कौओं के लिए चारा. ऐसा तो नहीं होता है ना. कौन सप्लाई करता है? सुबह उठते ही भगवान, द लॉर्ड प्रोवाइड्स वाटर ऑल्सो, ही प्रोवाइड्स एवरीथिंग, ही प्रोवाइड्स. सो ऑल ओवर द वर्ल्ड this is going on, that there is immense place. We can grow so much food that can suffice a 10 times the population. There is no dearth of it. You know, we have this verse, Nityo Nityanam Chetanas Chetanam Eko Bahunam Yo Vidati Kaman. What is the meaning? Nityo Nityanam, he is eternal. Eko Bahunam, he is one, but he is supplying to. That is the difference. He is one, but he is supplying to not just human beings. Not just human beings. He's supplying to everyone. So it's just not. So we should not approach God for this economic problem, or for bread, or for wood, or for anything else that is necessary in our life. आप बोलेंगे सुबह जी सिर्फ ब्रेड के बारे में बात कर रहे थे, आईफोन 16 के बारे में बात नहीं कर रहे थे, मैकबुक के बारे में बात नहीं कर रहे थे. तो मैकबुक तो मांग ही सकता हूँ ना मैं. या तो जो भी है, कपड़े है या जॉब है या अच्छा लाइफ पार्टनर है, मांग ही सकता हूँ ना मैं. मतलब क्या प्रॉब्लम है? प्रभु जी ब्रेड के बारे में बात कर रहे थे, ब्रेड है मेरे पास, ब्रेड नहीं मांगता हूँ. टॉकिंग अबाउट अर्थ मीन्स एनीथिंग दैट इज योर नीड, मटेरियलिस्टिक नीड. पहले लोग लकड़ी के घर बनाते थे, अभी सीमेंट के घर बनाते थे. तो लोग घर मांग रहे हैं, मतलब वही हो गया ना. आप बोलेंगे नहीं भगवान मुझे सीमेंट दे दो, आप बोलोगे मुझे भगवान घर दे. So it is like that, but there is artha that is involved. There is that sense of asking is there. And also we see there are many uncivilized humans also stay in the forest. There are many species and tribes still very undiscovered, right? Are they getting food?
Yes.
Uncivilized. We are the civilized. So-called civilized human society staying in Mumbai. So the city of dreams, the city which never sleeps. Still we are worried about our artha. We are worried about our karma. Should not be. Let's recite this verse. तस्यैव हेतु प्रयातिता को विदो तस्यैव हेतु प्रयातितो को विदो न लभ्यते यद् ब्रह्मतम् उपरि अदा तस्यैव हेतु प्रयते को विदो न लभ्यते यद् ब्रह्मतम् उपरि अदा लभ्यते दुःखवाद अन्यथा सुखम् कालेन सर्वत्र गभीरारं हसा Translation: persons who are intelligent and philosophically inclined should endeavor only for that purposeful end which is not obtainable even by wandering from the topmost planet Brahmaloka down to the lowest Patal. As far as happiness derived from sense enjoyment is concerned, it can be obtained automatically in course of time. Just as in course of time we obtain miseries, even though we don't desire for which verse from the Bhagavad Gita? Matra sparshastu kaunteya sitoshana sukha dukkadaha agamo painvita stam titikshva bharata. So happiness, we don't desire happiness, still happiness comes. We don't desire distress, distress comes. We don't ask for it. You know? So here it mentions that persons who are actually intelligent and philosophically inclined should endeavor only for that purposeful end which is not obtainable by wandering from Brahma Loka to मतलब पूरे 14 planetary systems में भी आप घूम लोगे तो भी आपको वो नहीं मिलेगा. That kind of a thing we have to work upon. As far as we should not be running after happiness and distress, happiness especially, you know. As far as happiness derived from sense enjoyment is concerned, it can be obtained automatically in the course of time, like the way we get distress. People generally run after happiness. Okay, even in if they're not getting happiness in this world, like we saw in the Bhagavad Gita, people try to do Om Shanti Shanti Shanti, and then they try to go up and get some Shanti. For some time they get Shanti over there, then they again have to come down here. Right? We heard that. Similarly, or people to pious credits, they go to the heavenly planets, they enjoy that pious credits, then they again have to come down. So even if we go from Brahma Loka to Patal Loka, happiness and distress will be there. But an intelligent and philosophical person will look for what? He will look for getting out of this system. That's very important. So yes, this is in link with 2.14 from the Bhagavad Gita. Matra Sparshas to Kantya. Like in the winter and the summer season, they come and go. Similarly, happiness and distress also comes and one should not be bothered by it. Tam titikshva bharata. Krishna says one has to be dhira, dhira. One has to be tolerant. Tam titikshva. Titikshva means has to be tolerant. So the human being has misunderstood the mode of life. We have actually misunderstood the mode of life. We are simply busy the whole day taking care of this body, day and night. That's it. हमें लगता है कि हमें ये शरीर को ध्यान रखना ही मेरा sole motive है. But that is not the agenda of the goal of the human life. That is not the goal of the human life. So Krishna is applying to 80 million species of life, out of which most of them are lower animals. They don't even know that they have to worship God. Still, then why are we worried about it? Why are we worried about it? We should try and just revive our relationship with the Lord, loving relationship with the Lord. That is the nature of the spirit soul. Loving and serving relationship of the Lord. You have to just revive that. As long as we revive that, then it becomes so that type of religious system is propagated and promoted in Srimad Bhagavatam. That is what is highlighted over here. That is why it is saying Kaivatam. It is saying it's rejecting dharma projata. Such kind of a religion, which is a materialistic based religion, has been rejected in Srimad Bhagavatam, and the religion which ahetuki, apratihata, this kind of religion is promoted. Savai pumsho paro dharma. That such kind of a religion is regarded as a first class dharma, first class religion. And then further, it is mentioned is what happens when one does this. It mentions Shivadam, yeah. It mentioned Shivadam Tapatrayonulam. So it mentions auspiciously. There's a lot of auspiciousness that develops. The threefold miseries get completely uprooted. Which are the threefold miseries? Adi, Adi Bhautik, Adhyatmik, Adi Devik. Adhyatmik is Adi Bhautik is other living entities. Adi Devik is natural calamities. Okay, we don't have control on any of these miseries, especially even the Adi Bhautik. So we don't have any control. We 2 दिन पहले बहुत बारिश हो गया, सब फ्लड हो गया, you know, which we have in south floods आ गया, विजयवाड़ा में, आंध्रा में काफी floods आया, you know, गुड़गांव में floods आया, people got stuck. There were a lot of things in the news. So we are no more in control of this. We are not in control. So therefore, if we take up to this religion of loving God, and then we will be able to transcend this miserable state even when we are staying in this material world. We'll not be bothered by this miserable conditions. When we develop loving and serving relationship to the Lord, we do not develop this. Like in and why do we why this practice is given in the Srimad Bhagavatam, and why we should accept Srimad Bhagavatam as an authority? Because it is spoken by it is spoken by it is compiled by Vyasadev. It's compiled by Vyasadev. That is why there is a mention over here. Mahamuni Krite Vapair Ishvara. So it is mentioned. It is not like you and me have done that. It's not an ordinary human being. We anything that has been done by an ordinary personality suffers four kinds of defects. Okay, the first one is tendency to make mistakes. First one is imperfect senses. Yes, the first one is imperfect senses. Our senses are imperfect. Like some people say, people are very proud of their eyes. They love their eyes. Can you show me God? But as soon as the light is closed, we cannot see anything in the room. What to see? What to see God? What to speak about seeing God? So our senses are imperfect, and then tendency to commit mistakes, tendency to cheat. Okay, and tendency to be illusion. We are illusion. Some so and this cheating propensity. When we say perhaps this theory, perhaps that theory, this cheating. Okay, that is absolutely cheating. One doesn't have sufficient knowledge. How can you make a perhaps theory? Knowledge is only missing. Sufficient knowledge is missing. How do we make a perhaps theory? So, if we take knowledge from such personalities like Vyasdev in the Srimad Bhagavatam, and the words that we spoke earlier from the second canto, Parishad Maharaj is mentioning that how he is saying that one should hear Bhagavatam every day. You know, that is an authority to give us guidance, not some professional reciters. Not some professional reciters. Sometimes people share reels of these professional reciters. Nonsense. So here it is given that because the perfect person Vyasdev, we should take has written the Srimad Bhagavatam. We should take advantage of the Srimad Bhagavatam, and we should read that regularly. And immediately when we regularly read Srimad Bhagavatam, immediately we will start to realize God within ourselves. We have realization. And this is what Ramanuja was mentioning yesterday. He was sharing his experience that how just by regularly reading Srimad Bhagavatam, earlier he used to feel sleepy during chanting, but now he doesn't get even sleep during chanting. Just by regularly reading Srimad Bhagavatam. He's saying that since 2016, there's never been a day that he has not read Srimad Bhagavatam. Yeah, he daily reads close to 41 pages. That is reading full Srimad Bhagavatam in 1 year. Okay, so so much of reading is there, and it's like it has revolutionized my life. Reading Srimad Bhagavatam. So there's ultimate glories, like we see in our ISKCON movement also earlier, when Prabhupada went to the West and he was preaching to Western boys and girls. They had no clue who is Krishna. There's no clue they have who is Krishna, who is God. Illusion. What does the word illusion mean? Yes. Satya ko असत्य मानना और असत्य को, हाँ? People believe Sai Baba is God, but Krishna is not God. That's what you are saying. People believe Sai Baba is God, but Krishna को भगवान नहीं मानेंगे. Understanding? So such was the state of those youngsters there, that they had no clue about God. But by regularly reading Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, they came gradually to the state of realizing God, and they could feel, they could revive their lost relationship with the Supreme Lord just by regularly reading Srimad Bhagavatam. So unless we realize God and our position, we become a lover of the Supreme Lord. There is no question of peace of mind. There is no question of peace of mind. And there is no peace of mind, then you can never be happy. We can never be happy. Mind is not at peace, how will you be happy? That's why it is recommended that if one wants peace of mind, one should try and understand God and revive one's relationship with the Supreme Lord. Then one can Bhoktaram yagi tapasam sarvaloka maheshwaram suridam sarvabhoktaram gnatva mam shanti richati. If you really want shanti and richati, then one has to uh, revive one's relationship with the Supreme Lord, give up this cheating religion, and Prabhupada says that one's life will be peaceful and ultimately you will be successful. Successful. Not like successful, matlab you will move to Federal Road next to Antilla and you will make a photocopy of Antilla. Not like that successful. Successful means that you will achieve the goal of life. That is love of God, service to the Supreme Lord, and surrender to Him. That's very important. I also wanted to read the translation. The translation is very, very beautiful. I may not be able to read everything from the translation, but I'll just read a few lines which I have highlighted. Anybody who has read the translation before coming today? Three spirit souls. Very nice. मैंने कहा था ना last time कितने लोग को how many were there last time? Last Sunday कितने लोग थे? ये सब महाजनों को मैंने बताया था कि आप प्लीज ट्रांसलेशन पढ़ के आए. कोई बात नहीं. So as I said, I will not read everything, but I'm just going to read some things. There are many. Yeah. So here is mentioned that the proper method of receiving a transcendental message is to hear submissively. A challenging attitude cannot help one realize a transcendental message. One particular word is used herein for proper guidance. The word is shush rushu. One must be anxious to hear this transcendental message. The desire to sincerely hear is the first qualification. I think so. This was spoken even by mentioned even by Narottam Priya Prabhu when he took the session, when he was saying, when he was speaking about the glories of Srimad Bhagavatam, he was mentioning that the first qualification is to be very sincerely desiring to very sincerely hear Srimad Bhagavatam. That is why I mentioned that this is a very serious affair. This is not like we come here and even if we are sitting in the class, we are not sitting in the class. We are physically here, but we are not mentally here. We are mentally somewhere else, or we are mentally in our phone, or we are mentally thinking about something else. It is not. That will not help. Less fortunate persons are not at all interested. Less fortunate persons are not at all interested in hearing the Srimad Bhagavatam. The process is simple, but the application is process is 8 o'clock every day in the morning. ISKCON Jew has a Bhagavatam class, and because of technology, it is also their life. Why did we wake up? Sometimes we wake up only after 8. Where will we hear Bhagavatam? Unfortunate people find enough time to hear ideal social and political conversations. This Bhagavatam, Prabhupada is writing in which year, you know?
Bhagavatam was written before when he was in Vrindavan.
Prabhupada is writing it in 1960s, early 1960s. The first canto of Bhagavatam, the first part. First canto of Bhagavatam is already written before he goes to US. He goes to US in 1965. So this is he's writing. अब अभी रिवाइज करके देख लीजिए कितना टाइम पहले बोल रहे हैं. This is still applicable. महाराष्ट्र असेंबली इलेक्शंस में क्या होने वाला है हमें वो ज़्यादा पढ़ते हैं. But we are not reading Bhagavatam. The process is simple, but the application is difficult. Unfortunately, people find enough time to hear ideal social, political conversations, podcasts sometimes. But when invited to attend a meeting of devotees, sport, बहुत सारे लोगों को स्पोर्ट के लिए इनविटेशन आता है या नहीं? आप लोग में से कितने लोगों को स्पोर्ट का इनविटेशन आया है? आप बोलेंगे प्रभु जी स्पोर्ट क्या होता है पता ही नहीं है. शील प्रभुपाद ऑनलाइन रीडिंग, ऑफलाइन रीडिंग टीम. शील प्रभुपाद ऑफलाइन रीडिंग टीम थर्सडे इवनिंग्स को 6:30 बजे होता है हमारे जू शीतल के बेस में. सारे भक्तजनों को इनविटेशन है, बट इसके बारे में पोस्ट भी किया जाता है हमारे ग्रुप्स पे जो अक्सर म्यूट रहता है, तो हम आते नहीं हैं. यहाँ पे लिखा है प्रभुपाद जी ने, बट व्हेन इनवाइटेड टू अटेंड अ मीटिंग ऑफ डिवोटीज टू हियर श्रीमद् भागवतम, then they suddenly become. Sometimes when I read Srimad Bhagavatam, I'm like, my God, कैसे हो सकता है? This was written so many years back. I'm completely able to relate to it. Srimad Bhagavatam, sometimes professional readers of Bhagavatam immediately plunge into the confidential topics of pastimes of the Supreme Lord, which they seemingly interpret as sex literature. Srimad Bhagavatam is meant, this is referring to the 10th canto. Srimad Bhagavatam is meant to be heard from beginning. Those who are fit to assimilate the work are mentioned in this shloka. One becomes qualified to hear Srimad Bhagavatam after many pious deeds. The intelligent person with thoughtful discretion can be assured by the great sage Vyasadeva that he can realize the Supreme Personality directly by hearing Srimad Bhagavatam. Without undergoing the different stages of realization set forth in the Vedas, one can be lifted immediately to the position of Paramhamsa simply by agreeing to receive this message. So much of benediction is there. Just by agreeing to hear Srimad Bhagavatam regularly, one can become Paramhamsa. जो बहुत सारे योगी बहुत सही तपस्या करने के बाद भी अचीव नहीं कर सकते जस्ट बाय हियरिंग श्रीमद् भागवतम. अभी भी ऑप्शन है, आप भद्र पूर्णिमा का सेट ले सकते हैं. अभी अनाउंस होता है ना स्कोर मॉर्निंग में, किसी को लेना है तो कैन टेक इट. कैन कांटेक्ट गौरव सौरभ, कांटेक्ट कर सकते हैं. So read the purports, because I may not every time read a purport because some of the purports are very strong, very long, and I may not read them in the class. I may just speak from the purport or some things relation here and there, but read the purport. Without the purport, like the first words, the purport was almost like eight sides. There were 8 sides, 4 pages. It's a long purport. If you don't read it, like last time I read that purport, but I didn't plan to read today this purport. Prabhupada mentions about the 3 miseries of life in the purport. He mentions about the imperfections also. He mentions how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has recommended Srimad Bhagavatam as a spotless Purana, Amal Purana. Okay? And he distinguishes, Mahaprabhu himself distinguishes, the Lord himself distinguishes it from all the other Puranas. So it is not like one of the other ones. Srimad Bhagavatam is very, very, it is treasure, it is gift. Okay, so we'll stop here and we'll. We'll recite this verse once again before we conclude. Okay. Dharma projita kaitavo atra paramo nirmatsarana nam satam paramo nirmatsaranam satam ved vedyam vastavamatra vastu Shivadam tapatrayon mulanam Srimad Bhagavate Mahamuni Krite Kim va prarairishvara Sadhyo hridhi avarudhyate kirtibhi Kritibi Shushrushuvishtachanat. So, so Vedas, why deal with the Vedas for sense gratification? We should not do that. Vedas describe rules and regulations for those activities to avoid undue competition for sense gratification. So, how Srimad Bhagavatam is different? Srimad Bhagavatam is transcendental to all the sense gratification activities. That's why it rejects all the things that are mentioned in the other scriptures or dharma that are mentioned. Who is qualified to hear Srimad Bhagavatam? Those who are free from material envy, doesn't have any enviousness, compassion towards the Lord. Actually, envy, I was also hearing about envy. Envy towards anyone is enviousness towards the Supreme Lord. We develop envy towards the Supreme Lord only then we develop envy towards somebody else. Otherwise, we'll never develop envy. Somebody may say कि मैं इससे ईर्ष्या करता हूँ प्रभु जी मैं भगवान से ईर्ष्या नहीं करता नहीं the envy is indirectly rooted to the Supreme Lord. It's not to the person. Compassionate to all and strive to establish a compassionate, competition-less society. Krishna conscious society is an example of that. This one. How different scriptures deal with different people. Vedas deal with how master deals with a servant. Puranas and Itihas, how a friend deals with the other friend. And so, yeah. Vedas, they mention how a master deals with a servant. Puranas and Itihas, how a friend deals with another friend. Mentions that. Kavyas, how a lover deals with the beloved. Srimad Bhagavatam is the essence of all the above three. It deals with everyone as they need. So, this is a little bit of summary. Okay. Any questions? Yes, Prabhu. Shilropat? 284 जो हम पढ़ रहे थे हाँ yes yes but Raghunath Das Goswami was not a pseudo devotee. Raghunath Das Goswami got association. He did his New Bhakta training from Haridas Thakur. Understand? Who was Haridas Thakur? Haridas Raghunath Das Goswami was the son of a zamindar, Kiran Mazumdar, and he was the son of a zamindar, and they had a wadi. In that wadi, after once when Haridas Thakur was thrown in the Ganga, he came swimming to that wadi, and this Raghunath Das Goswami was small, so he used to regularly associate with Haridas Thakur. So he got his New Bhakta training from Haridas Thakur. Because he got his New Bhakta training from Haridas Thakur, imagine you get your New Bhakta training from Haridas Thakur. He had complete attachment to the lotus feet of the Lord. That's why when he grew up and he got to know when Shantipur Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come, he wanted to take darshan of the Lord. So he was not a pseudo devotee. He knew what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Supreme Lord. Why did Chaitanya Mahaprabhu say like that? Because he was Kiran Mazumdar and what is first Kiran Mazumdar and another one. They were like top HNI donors, you know. और उसका बेटा सरेंडर करना चाहता था, तो क्या हो जाएगा, डोनेशन बंद हो जाएगा ना. तो चैतन्य बाबा से रहे, भैया ये तुम्हारा टाइम नहीं है, टाइम आएगा, अभी तुम जाओ, डोंट, अभी तुम सब शो बॉटल. तो फादर ऑल्सो बिकेम हैप्पी, अरे वाह घर पे भेज दिया, अच्छा है, अच्छे लोग इन लोग. चैतन्य बाबा न्यू दैट, ऑफ कोर्स. Being the son of the richest man, he is an example of, he is a personification of austerity. Raghunath Das Goswami first used to eat prasadam from जो प्रसादम बच जाता था और स्टेल होता था, और उसको जो 2 दिन के बाद बाहर फेंक देते थे गायों के लिए, he used to take prasadam from that. फिर वो भी कभी कभार would have been an attachment because every day he was going and waiting for that prasad. So he said कि नहीं, I will go to the अन्नदान काउंटर जहाँ पे फिक्स टाइम में प्रसाद मिलता है ताकि मेरा कोई लालसा ना रहे, तो वहाँ से खाऊंगा. फिर that also he thought कि no, I'm expecting daily. Then he said कि only जो एकदम जो गटर में से फ्लो हो रहा है उसमें से उसको मैं ड्राई करके आई विल ईट दैट. ओके. सो वन डे महाप्रभु मीट्स हिम एंड ही टेल्स हिम दैट, प्लीज, such a wonderful prasad you are having, can you share with me? ऐसा है. Raghunath Das Goswami is not a pseudo devotee. Another question you have? Sorry? कहाँ लिखा है? From purport of the first verse 111. हाँ. Spirituality is contradictory, but that is spirituality. आपने वो सुना था ना, नौतम प्रभु बोल रहे थे, what was the 2 words that he was saying? Completely and almost. Almost is not completely, and completely cannot be almost, and almost cannot be completely. But so yeah, uh, there are certain instances to give us repeatedly lessons how we should be. Those are purely pastime. See, in the pastime of the Lord, everybody uh, behaves. Everybody is not an ordinary person. Like somebody yesterday was asking that Jay and Vijay had three punishment. Then why did they come as Jagai and Madai? Both हो गया ना? So Brahma Prabhu, you're mentioning that that is the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that the Lord brings him in the Gaudiya Leela. That everybody who is a devotee of the Supreme Lord, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, one version is in Golok Vrindavan, other version is in Mayapur, expansion. So that is when we go to that stage, we can contemplate on that. But अभी हमारा conceptions के ऊपर नहीं है ऐसा है. Okay. नो इट इज़ नॉट फॉर देम. फॉर देम तो इट इज़ जस्ट मुझे क्या मिलेगा इससे, मैं सप्ताह करूंगा तो मुझे क्या मिलेगा उसमें से, दैट्स इट. इट इज दैट्स व्हाई इन दिस पर्पट ऑफ 284 it is completely rejected na ke the professional reciters cannot do good to them as to the people who are paying them, materialistic people who are paying them. they cannot good they cannot good either ways. मेरे लिए भी, अपने लिए भी कुछ नहीं कर सकते और बाहर वालों के लिए भी कुछ नहीं, मतलब जो सुन रहे हैं उनके लिए भी कुछ नहीं कर सकते. वो तो 11th कैटेगरी है ना, बताया ना मैंने नहीं बताया. See, the professional men are useless in this connection because they are neither self-realized nor interested in realization. They are simply interested in meaning. They are simply interested in maintaining the material establishment of family attachment and earning some material benefits out of it. We read that na, somewhere where they cannot go. Yeah, it is not such a mechanical process that the professional Bhagavatam reciters can do job on behalf of the third grade materialistic pseudo devotees. So ऐसा नहीं कि मतलब जो बैठे हैं उसके behalf पे मैं कथा कर लूँ तो पुण्य मिल जाएगा. It is not like that. Both the speaker and the hearer have to, the listener has to be qualified. So Maharaj Parikshit is also an ideal listener, and Sukhdev Goswami is an ideal speaker. See, Sukhdev Goswami was there earlier also, right? When Maharaj Parikshit was the king, but he went and met him only when he had given up his kingdom. Okay. Otherwise, Pele also could have gone and given him a message. He didn't do that. Like Maharaj Parikshit was just wearing langot. Sukhdev Goswami was not wearing that also. Kopin, understand? He was in that stage. ऐसा है. Okay, we stop here. So yeah, you can stop.